Let's move on. All right, so what's going on here? Woman calls cops on an aggressive person at work and makes a whole video on how she can recognize that in a given situation, calling the cops is the best option that she has, and that she can simultaneously, quote, still stand by ACAB. So ACAB means all cops are bastards. So she is, she's like an Antifa type. She's like, a far left revolutionary LARPer. So we know there's a lot of these around. And I've seen her before. I believe that I'm certain I've seen videos from her before. She thinks she's a bird. I'm not joking. She thinks she's a bird, like a falcon or an owl or something. I would say maybe more like a retarded budgie, perhaps. But she does. I'm certain this is the one who thinks she's a bird. Anyway, let's listen to this.
So yesterday I posted this on my story. My dad says I'm experiencing a stress spike hangover from the stress of calling 911 at work last night, and that's why I'm feeling so off today. Does anyone else have similar experiences? Now, somebody who has since been blocked commented on this story and said, oh, but still ACAB, right? Yes, in fact, still ACAB. I can recognize that in a given situation, calling the cops is the best option I have and still stand by ACAB. When there is somebody in the lobby of my workplace being aggressive and threatening physically.
What do they think is the alternative exactly? Like, what do they think the alternative is going to be? Right? Is she thinking that, she wishes she could call the social workers? Is that it? I mean, the modern left is dumb enough to actually think that, apparently. But this is the duality. This is like the doublethink of modern leftist ideology, right? It's an excuse to just always be right, to not have any principles, to never have to make any sacrifice for a principle, because two things can be right at the same time or at different times. She doesn't think cops should exist, but also, it's fair to call the cops if she feels threatened. Most people would see the inconsistency here, right? But this is actually how the left deals with everything. This is their doublethink. In their minds, they get to have their cake and eat it too all the time. Everything is both true and untrue, and it just depends on the circumstances. Just whatever is most convenient. So maybe it's not true when it's inconvenient, when it's not convenient, but it is true when it is. Again, like gender being a social construct, but also a 5-year-old can know that they're in the wrong body, and they definitely are. It's an excuse to not have any principles. I wonder what the internet is saying about this. See, I told you. Okay, here we go. Same person. You may all remember Horace, who identifies as a red-tailed hawk. Went by the pronouns it, he. Let's see. She now goes by the name Osa, identifies as a bearded vulture, and uses they, z, bone, brittle as her pronouns. Okay, so let's take a look at this.
Hi, my name is Osa. I am a member of the DID system, and I'm also a bearded vulture Therian. I have 2 questions.
DID system. So that is, I believe, the totally discredited dissociative identity disorder, multiple personalities, Sybil, all of that stuff, which has been discredited. It doesn't actually exist. You don't actually have multiple personalities, but okay, let's just go with it.
One is for other Therians, specifically bird Therians, and the other question is for other systems who have Therian system members. So first question for other bird Therians, what are some things you do that help you feel more connected to your stereotype? Like, I know that for people whose stereotypes are 4-legged, they can do quadrobics, and that helps them a lot. But obviously that's not applicable to bird Therians.
Sorry, Kami, you're not a bird. We can all see you're not a bird. You might want to say you're a bird. You might even kind of feel like a bird, but you're not a bird. Other birds know that you're not a bird. All right? So humans and birds know that you're not a bird. In fact, like everything that can know anything knows that you're not a bird. All right? If a fence post could know anything, it would know that you're not a bird. I don't think these people are actually crazy. I think they know, I think this person knows they're not. How could you actually think that you're a bird? Or that it's in any way meaningful to say that you're a Therian? Is that what she said? That she identifies as a bird? These are just metaphysical, abstract concepts. They don't really mean anything, right? It is in no way meaningful to say that you identify as a bird. So I don't think they really believe it. I mean, will this person be like at the park, like pecking seeds out of somebody's hand in like 50 years? I really doubt it. Although maybe there should be a place for them at the zoo, perhaps. Well, you see, this is what I was talking about. The left is really good at holding two opposing ideas at the same time and insisting both are valid. I really don't understand how that works. You know, it's explained in 1984. Doublethink, which I guess that, you know, they're the modern leftists, they just see it as a guidebook. You know, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be a warning.